I'm here with Kevin Hill. Kevin, what do you have for us today?
We have the DHL Supply Chain Pricing Power Index for this week, and we are after peak season.
Yes.
So we're hitting January. We're up to 45 last week. The last 2 weeks, we came up to 45, and we started down here at 15, and it gradually went up all through peak season. But now we're coming back down, and so as we go on this axis down to zero, the closer we get to zero, the more pricing power a shipper has.
Right.
The more we go to 100, the carriers have the power. So it's always a shipper's market in this peak season.
Right.
But we almost got to basically a balanced market, but it's the January blues now. And we'll probably trail off a little bit through this month and into February as well.
Gotcha.
We also, as you know, the ISM Manufacturing Index came out.
Right.
Down again, 47.2, so we're still in a little bit of a manufacturing, industrial, recessionary period in contraction.
Right.
So that's not good for either shippers or carriers.
Gotcha.
But certainly on the pricing index, it'll slant more towards shippers having more pricing power on goods. So until the warmer months come in, March, April, May, we'll probably be a little bit on the shipper side. And if we ask, right, here we go.
Is that it's going to be kind of coming down over for the upcoming 3 months, and that's really going to be more of a shipper's market for the. Okay.
So in our latest freight intel report that we have up in Sonar, our carrier sentiment Q1 2020 carrier sentiment index, we see, what are your expectations? And we ask carriers, what are your expectations for line haul rates in Q1 of 2020 as compared to Q1 of 2019? And we found that they really have no idea where it's going to go, right?
Okay.
It's about almost a three-way tie.
Right.
Everything's in the 30s. On load volumes, it was evenly split, 33%, up, down, sideways. And here, it's about the same thing. So prediction-wise, carriers don't know where pricing is going to go in Q1.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's probably going to be a rough Q1, and hopefully set us up for a good Q2 on through 2020.
Excellent. So it sounds like a lot of uncertainty right now coming out on both sides, and that seems like it's been a trend not just only in the freight industry, but more so in the greater economy as a whole. And
exactly.
It seems like that first quarter is really going to be a lot of sitting around waiting and see what's going to happen.
It is. It's a lot of unknown, a lot of uncertainty.
Right.
As you know, following the market, housing is doing okay.
Yeah.
Oil's still depressed.
Right.
Even with all the geopolitical issues. So oil price is still, in the low 60s, can't get any volatility in there. And until we see something moving with GDP or industrial production, it's going to be kind of a sit on the sidelines and wait and see.
Gotcha. And so that's one of the mainstays that we're going to see in the first half of, at least the first quarter of 2020. And as you mentioned, hoping to see a little bit more activity as we ramp up things in the warmer months, as you mentioned earlier, and definitely into the second half of 2020.
And hopefully we don't fall to 15 again on the shipper side, and maybe just bouncing in for the next few weeks.
Awesome. Well, Kevin, thank you so much for that update, and thank you so much for tuning in for this DHL Supply Chain Pricing Power Index update.